So in my previous matrix video, last video that I made about matrix, it was about the classifications of matrix and operations of matrix, in which I wanted to discuss about matrix multiplications, and I did in fact discuss about it, but I need to check the video, found out that for whatever reason it stopped it. Just don't know what the method is still there. But since it's not that big of a topic, so I'm gonna get this done right now. I'm only going to discussing about that particular topic. Not a very, also very should be data with. Matrix multiplication. So, in order to, let's say we have two matrices. In order to find out what the product of these two matrices is, like what will happen when we multiply these two matrices. At first, let me make sure that a certain fact about the order of these two matrices. That is, the first matrix is number of columns, we have to the same ones, the number of rows of the same matrix. If you have two matrices A and B, we multiply these two matrices. If the number of columns it is A, and the number of rows which is B has to be A as well. Only then, only if only possible, is if number of columns in the first matrix rows matrix is same. Now you may ask that why is that? And actually, when I would simply well that how the multiplication is done, you would ask then as well that like why are things happening the way they are? And I would say there is a very understandable of a doubt to have, but the problem is that these topics are very high topics, very high level topics. I want to be able to discuss those with you guys because we'll only be able to find out the message one here that why it is to be of this particular order, like around the first matrix after the second matrix. Everything would make sense when you would understand what matrices actually are what linear transformations, and there's a lot of Java here in that. So for now, just keep in mind that this is just how the things actually happen and why they happen. They are to complete your graduation and masters. Okay. So wait a minute. Let me just here is this. say we have a matrix here of 2 by 2 order. Another matrix here. If you have multiply this matrix, then make sure that number of columns in this matrix and the number of rows in this matrix will be the same. Okay, and let's say we have elements here. R, S, T. Okay. So and now we want to find the product of these two matrices. What would AB look like? AB would like first of all, what would be the order of this matrix? Matrix AB. This would be like the number of rows of the first matrix, the number of columns of the second matrix, number of columns of the first matrix, number of columns of the second matrix. Because we can think of it this way, like number 2 here, the number of columns of the first matrix, and 2 here as well, number of rows in the first matrix. And these two, these two cancel each other, and total strength here number of rows and number of columns 2 and 3. These numbers would represent the order of this matrix, product of these two. Yeah. And how would this matrix would look like? At first, we have to take the first row of our first matrix, and then we have to multiply each element with the elements of the columns of the second matrix. Right? Let me show you how it would look like. The first element would be AP A times B plus B times S. A times B plus B times S. Let me count those. Okay. In order to find the second element, we have to multiply A with Q and then add the product of B and Q. This would look like AQ plus B. Now we will repeat the same process in the third column as well. We have to multiply A with R and B with Q. So it would like AR plus BQ. Okay. And then we have to take the second row of the first matrix. Then again, like you can see particular pattern here that the first row of the first row of the two matrices would form the first matrix. Sorry, the first row of the product matrix, and the second row will be the second row of the product matrix. So here as well, we have to multiply C with P, CP, and then we have to add CP with D times S. With this, the second element would be C times Q, first element of this row, the first element of this column, C times Q plus G times D. And the third element would be again C times R plus G times C. You can see that the number of rows in this product matrix is 2, and the number of columns is 1, 2, and 3. This is how matrix multiplication works. Now you can also find out a pattern here. Actually, our pattern I'll probably feel that doubt that we have a product here AB. Like, would AB and BA be the same? What would have AB here and have BA here? Would there be an equal sign or an not equal sign? First of all, you find out that this question is fundamentally wrong because you cannot find product matrix. Okay. Because the number of columns of B matrix, which in this case is the first matrix, and the number of rows A matrix, which is the second matrix, they are not same. It's 3 and it's 2. So these two numbers will have to be same. Since they are not, this does not exist. Now let's say for the sake of understanding, let's say that both matrices are of same order, like we have a matrix here A, B, C, D. One matrix there. E, R, F. This one too has order of 2. Now, number of columns of this matrix, the number of rows in this matrix, the number of columns in this matrix, the number of rows in this matrix, everything is the same. This means we can find out AB, we can find out BA. But would AB and BA be the same thing? AB would be A times B plus what? Plus B times R. So BR, and the second element would be A times P, or A times Q plus B times S. Yeah, this is not bullshit. This is not bullshit. So what the fuck? Third element here would be C times P, CP plus D times R, DR. Fourth element would be C times Q, CQ plus D times S. And for BA, it would be B times A. I don't like to say easier for you to comprehend. AB plus Q times C. Second element would be E times B, PV plus QV. Third one would be R times A, RA plus SC, and fourth one would be RB plus SC. I'll tell you one thing. Do these two matrices look the same? First element is equal here, the first element is the same. The first element is not the same, that means these two matrices are not the same. This means generally AB and BA are not the same thing. AB doesn't equal to BA. That is the general case, but there are different exceptions. Like if where identity matrix then that will be a bit different. But then we will talk about that in the next video. Special cases. For this particular video, I will just so yeah guys, that's it for today. See you in the next one. Till then, keep learning.